What's up, y'all? What's up? I had to step off and have a conversation with my husband. But I wanted to jump back on here and remind you guys to tune in virtually to the Steve and Marjorie Harvey. Good morning, Scorpio Heart. Let me say hello to all y'all. Good morning to my West Coast people. What's up to my East Coast people? I see you for real, Key. Yep, Tony Fredo, Young Makeup, Ms. Nettit, Nikki is a real one. Oh, thank you. That's what's the most important thing in the world for me is to be considered a real one. Period. I don't give a shit about being famous. I do not care. What I like about being famous is that you have the platform to share with more people, you know, your heart and your passions and the things that you want to see in the community. But that's all it's about for me. That's all it's about for me. It's all it's about for anything that I create. If you guys have paid any attention to me over the years, I love y'all too. If you've heard anything or paid any attention to what I've done over the years, even from Brownstone, it's always been about, you know, trying to empower women, trying to empower our community. That's the only way it's going to happen, you guys. It's not always the most popular thing in the world to be somebody who is on their soapbox telling y'all what we need to do to change and how we need to improve the community and this and that and the third, but it's so necessary. And I think that we are so inundated with people who are just, you know, out here using social media to you know, get their bag, which I'm not mad at nobody using social media to get the bag. Black folks got to figure out how to eat somehow. But be aware that we are the number one consumers of social media. We are the number one consumers of television and film and music. We listen and we pay attention. What's up, Lewis Mackey? What's up, The Real Wood Shop? What's up, Cordell Capone? I appreciate your integrity and thoughtfulness that goes into the content you share. Thank you so much. What's up, Eddie Upton? But back to what I was saying, I think we keep the community going in terms of the music, the art, the entertainment, right? And we just do not own enough of it. We just do not have the power to control enough of the narratives. That is not to say that some of y'all favorite shows and some of y'all's favorite music, you know, I like ratchet music too. I say it all the time. Don't put on no Cardi B with me in the gym, right? But as an adult, I know the difference between what is actual and real and gonna move us forward, and I can process that. A lot of these kids don't have the ability to do that. So when they hear things in music and they hear shit on the radio and they see stuff on TV and they see things in reality TV, they get confused because they think that's what it really is. And that's why I've spent so much time advocating for better stories and better narratives and more ownership, right? Because they want to use us to destroy each other, right? Let's just call it what it is, right? They want to use this. Somebody asked for weight loss tips. I'm gonna get into that too. This hate hat is from our From the Bottom Up Foundation merchandise line. We are relaunching our store. Once we do our relaunch of our platform, I'm so excited about it, you guys. So much to share with that. But you know, back to this idea of community and our kids and them not being able to sift and process a lot of the shit that happens on TV and on the radio. We go to this festival where all of these kids were out here, and I don't know what happened, like I said in my earlier live, that for whatever reason disappeared. These kids are listening to this repetitive trauma, right? Everything you see on TV, everything you hear in the radio, everything you see on social media, not everything, a large percentage of what you see is really based on trauma, right? It's really based on pain. I mean, rhythm and blues, if you think about it, the blues, if you think about it. A lot of that entertainment for years has been based on, you did me wrong, you told me lies, you know, you hurt me so bad, Grapevine lyrics, and shit like that. As a community, we have to start demanding that better narratives, better stories, things that are going to empower our kids, things that are going to give our kids a sense of pride. If everything they see is a black man being killed in the streets, if everything they see is a black woman turning over, bending over, shaking her ass and twerking for $5, if everything they see is, you know, a real successful dude that got 5 baby mamas and don't give a fuck, if everything they see is just a repetitive cycle of trauma and bullshit and negativity, then that is going to be what they believe they are capable of accomplishing. And so much of what is shown in entertainment is that. And I know the shit I talk about ain't popular. And I know the shit I talk about ain't hot. And I know that I ain't showing y'all Louboutins and the fabulous life and all this shit I got, because I really don't have shit like that. I got equity in places, but at the end of the day, every resource we get goes into creating and building and marketing and promoting content that is going to help heal our people. And there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that don't like it, because we are way better consumers when we are dumbed down and we just receive this downtrodden, no hope, no fucking, everything is bad, I ain't got shit, they don't like us, being reactive to the shit that we are building and making big and successful. It's your money, it's your eyeballs, it's your fucking views. I'm sorry, anybody who's super religious, I forgot to do this disclaimer, anybody who feels like a lady shouldn't cuss, I cuss. I am, like I said, 51% namaste and 49.9% get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the fluff. I'm tired of being silenced because, it's just not appropriate. What's not appropriate is all this shit. Ooh, God bless them. What's not appropriate is all this shit that is allowed to happen in media and entertainment, and nobody's at the fucking wheel. Nobody's saying that's just not okay. Nobody's saying you just shouldn't be doing that. And the people who are saying it are being silenced. So when I talk about building our own shit, I've been in this business for 30 years. I'm not new. I don't want to be rich. Well, I want to be wealthy. And I want to be very powerful. And unfortunately, in order to do that, you have to sacrifice a lot of the luxuries and the bullshit that being hired to work for somebody to push their narrative brings you. I reached out to so many powerful, influential women who don't recognize their power because they want to get a check from somebody who does. I'm going to say it one more time. I reached out to a lot of really powerful women with huge platforms, with lots of fans and lots of reach. And I'm like, sis, you can really, really monetize that platform. Y'all know something gonna happen with this video in a minute, right? So just take it in. Sis, we could work together and really build something great. Like I tried to do with R&B Divas. Like I did with From the Bottom Up. Believe it or not, From the Bottom Up was the most successful franchise in terms of me being able to create generational wellness and wealth, and it was not anywhere near as popular as R&B Divas. What do you say to that? Food for thought. Because I owned it with Queen Latifah and Shakim. I co-owned that franchise, so it didn't have to be as successful in the mainstream bullshit as it needed to be on that. I own it, we licensing it to you, and we gonna split this the right way. So shout out to BET for doing that deal. They introduced me to a lot of opportunity in ownership and licensing. So I'm talking about what I know, right? I was able to do more owning a franchise From the Bottom Up series on BET Heard than I was ever able to do having the #1 fucking franchise at a TV network that went like 8 seasons and spawned all of these superstar ass women. I'm telling y'all what I know, what has actually happened. And I need my people to understand it is not about the popularity. It is not about the look of things. It is about what is at the foundation of it, what is at the core of it, what you are building on, what you are building for, which has to be community. And that is what is going to lead to generational wellness, because we got to go through our shit and figure that shit out first, so that when we get to the point of having generational wealth or money, then we know what to fucking do with it. We understand the importance of investing in yourself, which is what I do, which is why I'm not running around here hollering rich bitch, because I'm not. I'm building a company by myself. Well, not by myself, with my husband and my team and a very small group of women who believe in this thing that we're doing, and we're never going to quit. And the legacy is going to go no matter what the fuck a person does to try to stop it. I'm talking to you, that person that's watching, like, yeah, what can we do to, impede her progress? Nothing. So back to these women I've reached out to, because I'm just at this, I don't know if it's about to be 52. I don't know if it's that I'm tired of waking up every day seeing some new shit centered around some mentally unstable, entertainers, community members that entertainers influence. I don't know what it is, but I'm tired of the bullshit. And I don't have a lot of patience for it anymore. So what we're doing now is we are talking openly and honestly about what we need to do as a community. And it's not fluffy, you guys. I mean, there are people out here who are going to give it to you in that nice, fluffy, kind, sweet way, right? They're going to I'll say all the right words. They're not going to use profanity. They're going to quote a bunch of shit to you. I have lived within this beast of this industry that we work in. I know people at every level of it. And there is a responsibility that all of us have to put better narratives, better content, more vetted, developed talent on these platforms and pedestals, because that's what they are, and hold them more accountable for the images and the narratives that are negatively impacting our community. It is happening. Culture is driven by what we see in television, in media, in film, in radio. Culture is driven by that. I see you, algorithm. I see them 3 people showing up. I see you. And y'all wrong for that, but I understand y'all all too powerful. The wizard behind the curtain. We done talked about them so much, don't make no sense. And be clear, I coined the phrase wizard. The little man behind the curtain controlling everything, or making you think he controls everything, right? That's the conversation I ain't gonna get into, because that's one they really don't want me in. It's amazing what people can make you think. Just like, back to these women, I ain't forgot. Octopus, one head controlling all these arms. Back to these women that I've reached out to build with together, to create ownership with together, that I see constantly going back to that same pot of working for somebody. Until you leave some money on the table, until you decide that you want to own something that you can leave to your community, until you decide that the welfare of the youth, the people who are coming next, has to be more important than the shit you done 10 times, always the same way, and it's going to end up the same fucking way. We keep doing the same. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. What insanity is to consistently keep taking checks from motherfuckers who don't want to do nothing but harness your power that you don't see that you have, and use it to perpetuate stereotypes that negatively impact your communities. That's it. That's it. And at the end of the day, the reason why it's so important for us to get back to good storytelling, the reason why it's so important for us to know who C. Dolores Tucker is, the reason why it's so important for us to know the true story behind Rosa Parks, that she wasn't just some old lady sitting in the back of a bus. There's a whole story that we haven't heard. Instead of having these redundant, the same, until we get into the stories of knowing that Detroit had a Tulsa in Paradise Valley, Black Bottom, until we start to understand how powerful we have been throughout history, which is in the stories that are swept under the rug. We don't want you, we ain't gonna talk about what's going on in education. We ain't gonna talk about the reason why they don't want to teach kids. We ain't gonna get into all of that, because I get into enough shit. My fight, my mission, my goal is to leverage whatever resources I have. And I have far fewer than a lot of people who'll be like, yeah, go girl, we see you. No, I need you to activate. I need you to truly support. I need you to repost some shit without me having to ask you to do it. WorthTV.com. Because these algorithms is going to shut the shit down. As I look at 7 out of 177,000 people. They do not take kindly to us fighting this battle in a real way and encouraging real generational wealth in our communities. They do not take kindly to us having conversations with black women and single mothers and young girls in the hood who think it's okay to fight and beat somebody's ass and shoot somebody and do some ratchet shit. Trust me, it is not something, with my ashy ass lips, I know, that anybody wants us to fix. That's not right. It is not something that a large majority of people want us to fix. It is something that people are okay continuing because we are consumers and we're going to eat whatever we are fed. But we're getting to a place where all that dancing in the videos and pictures and fashion, and it's all good, but we need more warriors for our communities who understand the impact and the power of the media to step the fuck up. I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone with my profanity. You know, you can't really say the F word on the algorithms, but you can drink and have money, phones, and guns and all kind of stuff. And yeah, I just don't understand. But anyway, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to say is please support Worth TV. Don't just support it in this live. Don't just say, hey, you go girl, we see you, we are proud. I need active support because what we're doing is so powerful. And I don't hide shit. What we're doing is we're repurposing all these educational centers. That is the goal. I'm speaking it. I ain't got the check for it yet, but it's coming. We're repurposing some of these educational centers and we're rebuilding them and we're going to restore them and we're going to show our people who are master creators how to not only create great content, how to not only have the resources and the relationships to build great content, but to also understand how to read your contracts, to also understand that ownership is the only way that you're going to have generational wellness and wealth, to understand that the images that you see every day that are created by people who don't look like us are not as real or authentic or hopeful or helpful as the ones we will create for ourselves. We have to create that movement. Well, we have to continue to build that movement because it's been created and it's going to go. And it's going to go for a long time. And people are going to see that it is good for everybody. Because guess what? All these people who are only interested in money gonna make so much fucking money. Look at what's successful at your networks. Look at what's successful at your streaming platforms. Look at how successful black people throughout history have been for you. Now partner with those of us who give a fuck. Lift us, let us help develop and cultivate the land so you can make more money. And then they can make more money. And they can buy more of your shit. And we can create more things that are better for everybody. So we can all win. And to you evil who want to just see everyone lose, please know that light and positivity and love is always going to win. Throughout the test of time, baby, the most successful people are the ones who come from the right place. Because when you come from the right place, you can't go wrong. Okay, that's it. This is a long rant, but I got to get it out. I'm not holding it in no more. I'm 52, about to be. TMJ off the chain. And I have a really big story. We are finishing up the edit on. So I'm going to say, don't play with me. I am as good and as positive and as motivated for good things as I am ready for whatever's next. Alright, y'all. Love you guys. I know this one was a lot. Share the word. It is Worth TV. Women in reality, film, and television. And we need y'all to register. We just need y'all to register. That's it. Log on. It's free. Because once we get enough people registered, we're going to get them checks we need to take it to the next level. And we're helping our people. This is not about me.